Another day, another reason to be super excited for Cyberpunk 2077. What's up everybody? Welcome back to a brand new Cyberpunk news video. Today we have some more awesome details to cover for you guys, of course, especially for those of you out there who have been patiently waiting for the game, for that December 10 release date, and even more so if you're looking forward to maybe clearing up some of the room in case, well, you might not have enough space for the pretty sizable download that you're going to get with Cyberpunk 2077. So let's talk about that, about preload dates, about update 1.01. Of course, we also have details about the review embargoes and a ton of other stuff in there too. So as always, if you enjoyed this video at any point, it would be super awesome if you left a like on it. And let's begin with the preload dates and the file size as well. Maybe you know this from the leaks, maybe you checked the news previously, but the download size for the game alone is going to be about 72 gigabytes, and that's only for the download, so the final installation might be somewhere closer to 100 gigs, which is something that we kind of got used to. But if you're playing on a console, this might be an issue, even more so if you're playing on a PlayStation 5. You might already run out of space from just trying to play the last games that you had basically in the previous gen. If you're like me, especially if you didn't get it, then yeah, you don't have to worry about that. Maybe you're gonna play it on the PS4 Pro, where by the way it still looks amazing and moves really smoothly according to the previous gameplay that we had a couple of days ago. But since we are on the subject, let's also talk about preload dates, as I know that this is an important topic for a lot of you guys. So preloads are going to be available starting December 8th, which is about 2 days prior to the game's launch. That should be sufficient to fully download the oversized installation. But of course, if you don't have enough time for that, or maybe if your internet connection is too slow, try to mark this in your calendar, and as soon as the preloads are available on December 8th, go ahead and start downloading it, and in about 48 hours you should be more than good for the launch of the game. Moving on next, let's also talk about the review embargoes. According to Next Gen over on Twitter, Cyberpunk 2077 reviews will go live on December 7th at 9 AM PST or 6 PM CST according to their post, though do take it with a huge grain of salt because I haven't seen any official confirmation yet, though judging by the hours, the timing, and the release date, I am kinda tempted to believe that. So usually this is what companies request from the reviewers, to post it no longer than like 3 days before the game's launch, and even more so the hours are exactly the same from other games that I have also gotten reviews in the past. So basically I am tempted to believe that this is indeed true. But yeah, let me know down below, what is your prediction for the final score for Cyberpunk 2077? Do you think it is going to live up to the hype? Do you think it's going to be another 10 out of 10 IGN masterpiece kind of score, or do you think it is going to flop? Personally, from what I've seen, I think it's going to get at least a 9 out of 10. I think it has a strong chance for that. Like, everything we've seen so far is absolutely mind-blowing, and it seems to be one of those games that is going to change how games are created for the next generation, just like how other big games in the past have redefined entire genres. So I'm really curious to see your guys' opinion on that. Now, with that out of the way, let's also talk about some other stuff that CDPR has decided to add to the game the very last minute. Like right now, if you pre-order the game on Steam, you are going to get some brand new story that I think you can go ahead and read it right away. So you will receive a short story written by our story lead. I can't really pronounce that name, but yeah, you basically get the gist of it. So 2 AM She Calls is what it's named. Will show you the hostile streets of Night City as seen by Frank, an ex-NCPD officer working the night shift as a combat cab driver. So it sounds really awesome. It should shed a bit more light on what's happening in the city before you actually get to leave all of that. So it does sound really interesting, and on top of that, you will also get a set of exclusive goodies, including avatars, posters, and wallpapers on top of the other stuff that you will already get by simply pre-ordering the game. And by the way, if you go ahead and check out your Steam installation or your Steam pre-order, you will notice that the client finally switched to days until the game launches. So 13 more days according to one of the users over on Reddit. Of course, it might be different for you depending on the time of release in your region, but it should be around 13 days nonetheless. Now, going back over some of the in-game goodies that you you will get. There's also the question about owning previous games released by CDPR, because according to a recent Night City Wire, they did mention that everybody who owns previous products from CDPR, like for example Witcher games, you are going to get some free goodies in Cyberpunk 2077 as well. So one of the users had the question, what happens if, for example, you own all of the Witcher series on Steam but are planning to purchase and play Cyberpunk through GOG Galaxy? And of course, yeah, they came in and responded, so this will work regardless of the platform, but they will be sharing all of the details soon. So very likely that you're going to have to redeem these in those games, or maybe kind of like input these codes here and there and transfer it between these. That's kind of like how I am expecting it to be, but maybe they are planning with a more automated kind of route. Now, on the same note, since we are talking about the Witcher series, the only question that I have is, would this also work for when they gave away free Witcher games, like they did even like Witcher 3 free giveaway a while ago on GOG, and I still have that, so I'm not really sure if that is going to work in this case as well. My assumption is that it only works for the products that you actually paid yourself with your own money. Now, on a final note, since Witcher 3 is in the news, according to the recent investors call by CDPR, it seems that, yeah, Witcher 3 is still killing it for the company. Like, from the 28 million revenue this quarter alone, that was mostly generated by the Witcher universe, and mostly that would be Witcher 3, since this, I would assume, would be the game that most people play, especially in the downtime between this and Cyberpunk's release date. But during this financial call, they also reiterated that that December release date is set in stone. It is happening, no more backseas, it is there to stay, and we are getting the game on December 10. And yeah, I just don't see another delay around the horizon. I mean, there's so much advertisement around the place. If you live in a big city, you likely saw at least one huge advertisement for Cyberpunk 2077, especially in the big cities around the world. Like, they have made at least 50 types of videos in all kinds of languages, in all kinds of countries, like all kinds of advertisement that I simply can't see CDPR, despite how much money they have made already from the pre-orders, just wasting around like this. So yeah, this is pretty much set in stone. December 10 is happening, can't wait for the game. As always, if you want more Cyberpunk news, make sure you stay tuned by leaving a like on this video, commenting your opinion, and also subscribing and activating that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.